I'm not going to go to church anymore because there's just too many hypocrites there. What's a hypocrite? Well, a hypocrite is somebody who says one thing and does the other, who says they believe this one thing, but they act contrary to that. There is no alignment between what they say they believe and how they think and talk and act. That's a hypocrite. And hypocrites can be very damaging to a church. Because whether you think about it or not, if you call yourself a Christian, if you bear the name of Christ, then the way that you think and talk and act, it's going to leave an impression, either good or bad, on people in the world. And so, if your behavior, if your life models this love that Christ has shown for you, well, it's going to leave a good impression in the world. But if it doesn't, well, then people might call you a hypocrite, and they might be right in saying that. In fact, it would be a correct statement to say that the church is full of hypocrites. It is full of people who still sin. You, me, everyone still sins. In fact, the believer has that constant battle going on inside of them that the Apostle Paul makes very clear in Romans chapter 7. He says, the good things that I want to do, I find myself not doing those. But the bad things that I don't want to do, those things I find myself still doing. I keep on doing it. That I have this sinful nature still inside of me that still desires sin and still falls into sin. And I'm in constant need of the grace of Jesus. You see, that's actually what church is all about. Church is not about good behavior. Church is not about presenting my great works to God. Church and church people desire the grace of God. They need that grace, that forgiveness to cover over their hypocrisy, to cover over their sin. And they know they need that. So if the church was all about behavior, if the church was only about good works, then you'd be right in saying every Christian's a hypocrite, because every Christian still sins. But the church is all about giving those gifts of God's grace in His Word and in His sacraments. It's all about receiving the forgiveness of God. So, come, fellow hypocrite, join us in church and receive the grace of God and the forgiveness that we all need.